Welcome, folks, to another Ladies' Night Out Racing. We are at Talladega tonight for 50 laps, fixed setup, and new tonight we will be, there's not going to be any damage. So this is going to add a bit of a different element. We're not going to have the beautiful eye candy, but should be able to keep these ladies racing and battling for the lead. I should throw a big welcome here to Mr. David Hall from fellow iRacers Lounge podcast host. David, thanks for coming out and helping us out.
I always look forward to jumping in. We got a nice little field here at Dega with the damage off. I'm looking forward to seeing if that means the gloves also come off.
Well, I don't think that's really going to be much of an issue. These ladies don't have, too much trouble, making their presence known and vying for that top spot.
Yep, and we are starting qualifying. We haven't set any times yet. I'm currently watching Jackie Chalmers in the 321 make her first laps in a purple car.
And I got my eyes on previous race winner Chantal Pottle. She's just coming out there for her first set of laps. Before we get too far into this, and before I forget to do this, we better let everyone know that the race tonight is broadcasted by the Old Bastards Racing League, and they are your main source for Ladies' Night Out Racing broadcasting, as well as having us out for the commentating.
So if we take a look at the race information, it is an unofficial race, obviously, hosted league race. We have a 1 hour and 50-minute time limit or 50 laps. Fuel run is usually roughly 30 and change, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've been in this car at this track.
Yeah, and it's like 30 or 39. And there is a difference between Daytona and Talladega, but I never seem to remember until I get into the car myself.
Well, the plate tracks they won't burn off as much fuel as say at Pocono, but because at Pocono you can get it about 40 laps actually, but so that it may be 40 laps or more. It may stretch out a little.
Yeah. They will have to make at least one pit stop tonight for sure. I don't think they can make a full 50 laps on one tank. I don't think so.
Now, even though the damage is off, the tires will wear out, so tire management can still be a factor. However, we're at Dega, and most of the time you don't have to worry about that. In fact, probably with only a 50-lap run, the winning strategy might be to take just the one set of tires out for the whole race.
Yeah, I think if they do have to come in now, I am trying to remember back to the last time we were at a plate track and what had happened there, and I'm pretty sure all the ladies had to come in for one stop. But yeah, at the most they're gonna have to do is just come in for a quick splash and go. I wouldn't worry about tires. I don't think they're gonna be a factor tonight.
Nope. And if there's yellow though, with a 8-car field, I would also not be overly obsessed with track position. So I would come in and grab them and top the fuel off any chance I got under caution.
Well, yeah, and that is a good point. With there only being 8 ladies out tonight, kind of a bummer. It's nice to have those big fields, but you know what? It's summertime. Pretty expected. Everybody's on vacation doing their thing. Definitely get the better crowds, racing crowds coming out. In the fall and in the winter when the weather sucks, and
Well, it looks like everybody has made their laps, so we'll go ahead and read off the leaderboard to you. On the pole, we have Hannah Howell with a 52.2, followed by Jackie Chalmers with a 52.25.
Chantal Pottle's in the third spot. She clocked in at 52.28. And Hagit Meshulam with a 52.28 will be on the outside row sitting in fourth.
Rounding out the top five, we have Maria Beebe. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. 52.30. Janice Tarson in the sixth spot at 52.32.
Lisa Greitmeyer on the back row with a 52.33, and right beside her, rounding it out, is Ashley Visser with a 52.49. So these ladies are all very, very close together. That's to be expected at Talladega. But we'll see how they do in the draft in the long run. I know they do not have a whole lot of experience doing this. They did not too bad their first time out, if memory serves me correct. So with what we've seen out of these ladies over the last couple of races, we should see some pretty good close racing.
Now, for those who might not be familiar with plate racing, these cars have restrictor plates that restrict the amount of air that the engine can take in. At Talladega and Daytona in the past, they started to reach speeds of 210 to 220 miles an hour. I don't remember what Bill Elliott's unrestricted record was, but I'll Google that here in a second. But once they start getting to that fast, if they turn sideways, they become a plane. And that's not safe for the drivers or the fans. So they decided they needed to slow them down. As a result, we get these big plate tracks. There's no there's basically no slowdown. You don't have to lift off the throttle other than to make sure you don't turn the car in front of you. So it'll be tight pack racing, and it's kind of more of a chess match.
It's yes, very much a chess match is a good way to put it. A chess match at 200 mile an hour, but it does take patience and good strategy. Not only just to make it to the end, but to make it at the end and come out on top. Patience is definitely the key, because it can. That it can really bite you if you try to make your move too soon, and then at the same time with chess, this is it's a good poker game, because there's a lot of luck that falls into place at plate track racing.
There's also politics. Do you push your friend, or do you abandon them to go for the win yourself?
Yeah. there's so much to think about. These are the races where it's really nice to have a crew chief in your ear. It's not so much about getting yourself around the track, but dealing with everything else is the challenge to this place.
Well, we are just 30 seconds from setting the grid. Then we'll get a good look at some of these paints that the ladies have come out with for tonight.
I'll tell you, David, I'm excited. I love plate racing. It's definitely my favorite type of racing to watch. To run in the sim. I just love it. It's exciting. It gets the heart racing. The unknown factor just keeps you on the edge of the seat. Really looking forward to this.
It's kind of funny. It's not my favorite style, even though I'm really successful at it. It's just you mentioned poker. It's really more like craps. It's kind of just how do you roll the dice. So you find the most the same people tend to be successful, but on the same token, you still have to have everything go your way. You still have to be. You have to avoid the big one. You can. There's nowhere to go when the wreck happens 2 rows in front of you, and you pile. There's just nowhere to go.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and that's the way it is.
And Hannah in the 06 is rolling with the pace car. Looks like the rest of the guys got a little caught off guard, but we'll be gridding up and getting ready for a double file start to kick this race off. Did we have a car miss the grid?
No, I don't believe. I believe all 8 are out on track. Ashley Visser looks like she's a little behind. She's playing a little bit of the catch-up game.
Yeah, here she comes. Lining up. Boy, from the blimp view, if our producer happens to be watching, these 8 cars look pretty cool lined up together.
Yeah, I just had to jump to that view too. I love watching the whole field get stacked up, ready to go. Yeah, the outside line, there's a lot of space in between them. And we're just coming around. They're definitely going to want to tighten that up if they don't want that bottom line to take off.
Yeah, the way the current draft package stands, you can lose it pretty quickly. And once you're out by yourself, you're all alone. And the pace car pulls off. Tighten those belts. I won't say the rest. Pace car's off. We're coming to the green. That outside line is definitely laying back.
Green.
And the green flag is out. Hannah Hannawell gets a good jump. And we have a car moving on the inside. 3 wide in the middle.
That is Hagit. She says, I want second place. Thank you very much. Right off the hop.
Good move. 321 is still stuck on the outside. The 06 and the 7 are trying to make a gap.
Hagit's not playing around. She's just, no, you know what? We only got 50 laps. We got to get this thing done. We're not going to be friends. She is challenging Hannah for the lead here on the inside.
Hannah's going to want to get down in line until she gets some help. Now she's got some help. Is that Janice that came up to join her? Oh, that's Ashley. No, Ashley didn't quite catch the start. Sorry, I'm still getting familiar with the numbers. Looks like Janice is losing the draft as well.
We got Jackie Chalmers that come up to give Hannah a bit of a hand there, but Hannah did not drop down into the inside lane, and she's dropping back into. She's dropping like a rock now, and that's just kind of what happens.
She needs to get tucked in there. Got to hold on to that draft. I didn't know the damage is off. Go ahead.
Huggy, she's able to maintain that lead, and she's got Chantel Pottle right behind her. And looks like they're just starting to fall in line now. And I think things are shaking out a little bit here.
This is what most drivers tend to hope for when they're running, say, an NIS race or an Egg Open. We're hoping we just get in line and single file and knock some of the laps out. And as you do it, boredom will start to take over, and somebody else starts to take it 2 wide, 3 wide, and then that big one will happen. Looks like Hannah's trying to make another move on the outside. She's starting to gain a little experience on how that brick wall of that air slows that car down.
Almost looked like Jackie Chalmers was trying to make a run for the outside there, but I think she just got the corner, got caught off guard by the corner and the pull that it can have on you. And we got Hagit still in first place, followed by Chantel Pottle and Lisa Greitmeyer in third place. And we got about I thought we almost had like a 4-car breakaway there, but no, all these ladies are staying pretty close to each other.
Yeah, Jackie and Hannah tried to get an outside lane run going, but they're learning pretty quick that fastest way around this track is on the inside, unless you have a big group together.
Yeah, I mean, these ladies aren't tucked too tightly together. If, you know, you had one push the other one around, you might be able to make that work to at least get to the number 7's door. But to make that pass, that's tough. It's much easier with 3 people.
And we're coming to the completion of lap 5. Hagit is still in the lead. Coming around turn 4.
Like Jackie Chalmers and Hannah Howell got themselves into a bit of a battle for position here. It's not really helping their efforts. They haven't lost the pack, but if they keep trying to battle like that, they will lose the draft, and then it makes it really tough.
Yeah, some of this may be just a little bit of an experience with plate racing and just understanding how bad it is for your day if you get left behind.
Yeah, and this is where the chess part of the plate racing comes into effect, right? Like, this is the boring part. You just gotta, you just gotta stay in place, make your moves when you can, but a lot of it is just kind of follow the leader for a little bit, take advantage if the person in front of you makes a mistake or something like that, but yeah, you gotta be able to make it to the end if you want to challenge at the end.
Yeah, and you'll see this at every level of plate racing, all the way up to the real life pros. There will be times when they'll line up and just log laps, single file.
Yeah, and like Hannah and Jackie were kind of worrying about them, losing the draft. They're still, jockeying for position between themselves, but they're able to keep the within that cushion, so they're not being left behind. And that's another thing you do see a lot too, right? You see guys jumping out of line trying to make something happen, and you kind of see that sprinkled in throughout the whole race. So I guess there's not really any harm in trying, but yeah, it's risky.
Yeah, Hannah does not like being in the back, and it looks like Jackie doesn't either. They want to make a move, but in this package, it's just tough. You have to really set up a run.
Well, I tell you, I've got Lisa racing pretty much right beside me, and if her voice level is any indication, these ladies are in full concentration mode, as I have not heard a peep from Lisa since she started.
That's good news. You found the way to silence the old lady, huh?
I will
Get her a racing rig.
Nope. I am not going to even say anything to respond. No response to that.
It's still cheaper than a new car. It really is a joy. I'd love to see some bigger fields out here, and just the more women we can get into racing, the better. And rather than just being fans, but participants. They actually had the W Series race today. I follow a few of those drivers, including where they're young upstarts, and you know all of the up and coming NASCAR drivers, but from Natalie Decker to Haley Deegan, Tony Bredinger. It's really exciting to see them come up, and the more women we have, the more chance we have to get that breakout star, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot, like you mentioned some real standouts that are on their way up, and yeah, I hope to see some good things from them. I mean, what they're doing so far seems to be working. Seeing some real positive gains from them, and really hope that continues.
There we go on the outside. Hannah and Jackie making a move. Now they've got to run. How far up can they get? And not very far.
No, that run stalled right out. Hannah lost the help that she had from Jackie.
Also, as you make that run, even though you risk netcode, you want to try to get your left fender as close to the right fender as you can to get a little bit of side draft on the car. And also just keep the distance you're going around the track shorter.
Yeah. Oh, well, at these tracks too, that run that you get stay tucked in behind somebody. You get that run on the, on the front stretch, or the back stretch is the best one to get. But man, you've got to clear that car before that corner comes up, because that corner will stall you, and you'll lose everything you gain and possibly more if you can't make it happen on that back stretch.
Well, while we're making laps here, we're now on lap 12, coming to the line. We still have Haggett Meshulam at the point. Chantel Pottle, frequent winner, is following in second. How about we let's talk some of the paints, Tony. Let's take a look at the 7 first and just get a close-up view of it. See what you think.
Yeah, it's like a blue flower paint job. Hagit's run this one. This is like her main paint that she runs. It's just pleasing to the eye. It's very calming, and she is not a calming driver. She will, she wants to be to the front and stuff like that. It's a bit of a flip flop, paint job to her driving style. So, but yes, I do like this one.
And I believe I heard our producer mention this before we started, she's in the Soul Chevy, she's in the Soul Toyota running in the field, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, trouble in the back.
Oh no!
And she's still trying to save that. Will that bring out the caution? Probably not, with her being so far down on the inside.
Jackie Chalmers is going to see kind of what happened there.
Yeah, we're rewinding.
Looks like she just got into the back of Maria, number 7 Maria Beebe, and it just caused her to upset her own car when she got in the back of her and couldn't hang on to it.
Yeah, that's rough. Maybe we'll get a caution here at some point, kind of bunch the field back up.
Well, Janice isn't too far behind her. They would do well if they could get hooked up and draft around with each other. They gain a little extra speed that way.
And it looks like Ashley has gone ahead and taken the car to the garage and disconnected. She never really got to get a good start. Probably was surprised with how the not keeping the draft affects you.
Yeah, that's too bad to see her retire so early.
So we talked about our one Toyota, who happens to be running at the front. The 5 car, Chantel Pottle. Let's take a look at her paint.
Yeah, she's got a nice, pink to purple fade with some lightning bolts. Sporting a Pottles Wraps logo on the front hood, and I have to imagine that would be their little side business doing paints.
Yes, the design of the lines is really advanced. That takes a lot of intricate work. It's very nice.
Yeah, I was just trying to get a better look at the side, because I know there's some stuff within that paint that I'm missing and I'm not articulating very well.
It kind of almost looks like a gas cloud or a nebula that you might see on a sci-fi movie, and then you also have some lightning bolts.
Yeah. I like the color combinations, and I like how they presented it with, like what you said, kind of like a spacey type deal.
Let's keep going through the field. Oh, 5 almost got a little loose. Almost left the spot open for the 4. Speaking of the 4, we have Lisa Greitmeyer. And did you paint this one, Tony?
I did not paint this one. This is, her driver is Kevin Harvick, so this is a Harvick-inspired theme. And this one, we had our buddy Brandon Newhouse paint this up from Newhouse Racing Designs.
Yeah, so it's got a nice deep purple and gray. Those colors complement really well. And then it features Ladies Night Out on the front. On the back, we've got the L Racing Aftermath logo as well.
Yeah, little shameless plugs. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, I run IRLP on pretty much every car, at least as a secondary. Yeah, it's a nice, more traditional looking car, right? It actually looks like a proper NASCAR.
Yep. That was the idea behind that one, to go a little more traditional.
It's still holding on to the pack, just barely. We have Hannah Howell.
Now, Hannah, she never disappoints with her paint jobs. They are absolutely awesome every single time she shows up, and every single time she shows up on track, she has a different paint. And this one is a rainbow paint, and I have to imagine this is to celebrate Pride Month. And on the front there, she's got Be Gay, Do Crime, with a big old heart right on the hood.
The bumper sticker on the back is pretty funny. Fast and gay, get out of my way.
Yeah, and there was something about some thick thighs on there.
Yeah.
Thick thighs save lives.
So she has no filter. She fits right in.
Oh yeah, no, her paints never disappoint. They're awesome. Love them.
All right. Maria, baby, the '07 car has a really slick looking black and yellow paint.
Yeah, now this one really stands out. It's it's fairly simple. Um, but yeah, it's easy to spot in a crowd.
The yellow color is always good, and the contrast with the black is nice. The sponsor on there, Foxy Bay. I don't know if that's their nickname or possibly a makeup brand. It's a really, it has an upside down A in the logo, so it makes it look chic, I guess you might say.
Yeah, there's some writing underneath where it says Foxy Bay, but I can't quite make out what it is. Something about a fox.
It says no fox given. If you can look under the left-right suspension
Well
or left rear,
played.
you can see it.
Well played.
It's funny some of the paints that you can put out there put all the inside jokes in there you want. And this is my favorite paint of the crew. Looking at the number 3 car, it makes me want to go to the beach tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. Like a nice, that's exactly what it is. It's a beach setting. You've got the water, and it's a sunset beach setting. Big palm tree on the hood, but it's all using the spec map, so it's got all that metallic chrome type shine to it. It's well done. I know Cocoa Puffs Pete Kopko made this one for Janice, and he did a really bang up job on it.
And that orange, that deep orange in the chrome spec map is pretty wicked. And Jackie in a purple and a white 321 featuring Chevy logos all around the car.
Oh, good call. I was wondering what was going on there, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together until you said something. Now you said it, just stands right out. But, yeah, that's clever. Very clever. Now, I don't see any sponsors on this one here. It looks like it's just a plain Jane car. It would look... I like the color combination, how the different shades of purple are broken up between the lines. Yeah, she needs some sponsors on there just to kind of finish it up there, but she's got something good going.
Well, that takes us through the field as Ashley has taken it to the garage. So as we look back at the front, we have a 4-car breakaway still. Maria is 15 seconds back. Janice Tarson is 41 seconds back. And Jackie Chalmers has fallen a lap down.
Yeah, and the top 4 seem to just, settle themselves in nicely and just try not to upset the apple cart too much. And, we've just crossed the halfway mark of this race. Green flag racing the whole way so far. And I don't really expect to see a whole lot happen until we get to about, 10 to go mark. And then I think they might start getting a little antsy.
Yeah, we had another cautions are broken moment earlier, didn't we? I would have thrown a caution when the 321 got sideways, but she was so far off the racing track surface that iRacing decided, nah.
Yeah, and she was no danger to anyone, and yeah, it's too bad when that does happen because. I know you've been there, David. I've been there. It puts you back there, and then you just, what do I do now? You hope for that caution so you can get caught back up, or take a wave around, or do whatever you got to do to make some moves. But if you don't have that yellow come out, you're kind of You're stuck.
Yeah, it happened today. I ran an A Open right before we came out here, and I was in it with Greg. And on lap one, a guy underneath me gets loose and overcorrects it and just clawers me into the wall. But somehow we both keep rolling, and I have to let the field go, and I'm limping around down horsepower until I just pulled it in and gave up for the day.
Yeah, I've had many a plate races where, within the first 5 to 10 laps, you get dinged up and then you're just kind of limping it around for the rest of the time. And, we've got Hannah making a move on the outside of Lisa. She's had enough of us sitting back there. She don't want to wait no more.
It is the toughest place to be patient.
And it's crazy how that stuff does, because just with that move there, the two of them have, dropped back a little bit from Chantal and Hagit in the front.
We are well past halfway. We're on lap 28, and your leader is Hagit Meshulam.
Oh, and I just got they start talking about pit stops, so look for that to happen here. I imagine within the next couple of laps.
That will be interesting, because that's going to be one of the things that can break this pack up. It'll be interesting to see who's able to stick together and who gets separated and left out to dry. And it looks like, actually, with that move, Hannah might be starting to lose the draft.
Yeah, sounds like they might be coming in this next time around. So we'll see what happens.
And just like that, Hannah looks out and I think she's going to hang on. Oh, she's making a move again. Got a huge run.
Yep, and there's the official call. I know the number 4 is going to be coming in this round, so I expect at least the other two up front to go down with her.
Thank you for that live report, straight from the pit box of the 4-car.
And here they come.
Here they
Got
come.
the binders on.
Oh, I think. Oh no, Hagit missed the pit. I don't even think she entered.
Oh.
She's gonna have to go all the way around again. If she pulls in, now she's gonna have a penalty for unsafe entry.
Yeah, and I know Hannah, she come in pretty squirrely too, so she might I'm not sure if she was able to get herself wound up in time. The other two looked fairly clean coming in, and the number 7 just spun her out on pit road. A little too hard onto the gas coming out of pits, but
This is a big shakeup. We'll have to see how this all turns out as they come out. It looks like Chantel is the first one out of the pits.
now
Lisa's following behind.
Now, we had the number 7, Maria Beebe, come out of the pits ahead of all of them. Now, I don't know if she was a lap down.
She is a lap down. She's in 6th place. And this is a big gap, but it looks like Janice and Hagit. Nope, Janice and Lisa. Lisa has not pitted yet.
Yep, Lisa came down.
I got him backwards. Janice is not pitted yet, but she is pretty close to Lisa right now. They could get teamed up, and Janice could help Lisa get back up to Chantel. Otherwise, this is going to be a walk away for Chantel, unless we have a caution. It's a 3-second gap.
It looks like Janice is going to go to... Looks like she's looking on the outside like she's going to pass.
And now she falls in line. So we'll see how the gap closes.
Yeah, there is quite a gap between first and second place right now.
It's sitting at about 2 minutes or 2.3 seconds as of now. And it looks like the 3 cars now going in. So if I was Lisa, I would tuck right at either get down in front of the 7 or just tuck behind her and push her.
Yep, there you go. She tucked down, and hopefully the 7 can...
I'm looking at my Joe real timing board right now, and the gap is closing. We're down to 2 seconds now. That's how much 2 cars versus 1 makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of stopped and stuttered over the car numbers because we have a 7 and a 07, and it just totally messed me up. So we're at lap 33, first and second. There is still quite a gap, but it looks like Lisa is closing in on that very fast.
You're right, Tony. There will not be a gap for long. It is now down to 1 second in less than a lap. And when Lisa catches her, she's going to have quite the run. We also have the 3 car now in the mix, a lap down. What will Lisa do here? To the outside. Not quite enough help, though.
Yeah, she stalls out there, but the 07 of Maria is looked like she was going to come up there and give her a hand to get Lisa around the Janice.
Well, we're packed back up. Got a couple of lap cars in the mix. We are 14 and change to go here at Talladega.
Yeah, now this makes it really, really interesting with Lisa, trying to get past Janice, but there's no gap. Janice is, pretty tight to Chantel, and she's gonna have to work extra hard to make it around. Now she got to make it around both those cars because they're all pretty tight. It's 4-car breakaway with a mixture of lapped cars in there.
Though she does not have to pass the 3. She just has to pass the 5. So she could help the 3 get by if she could get the 3 to work with her.
Well, that's a good call too. Yes, I never did think about that.
It seems like in this fixed package, they're having a really hard time getting right up on the bumper. Do you remember it being that difficult in any of the fixed races? I don't really do much fixed racing. Right as I said that, Lisa just made a good move on the 3. She's on the outside. And stalls. Nope. And she's clear. Way to go, Lisa. I should not be cheering for her. Shame on me. It's supposed to be a neutral broadcaster.
I'll cheer for her. That was awesome. That was a textbook pass. It was beautifully done.
All right. Now she's got 2 lap cars behind her that can help her get by the 5. This is where politics may come into play. We know the 5 won last month.
Well, I'll tell you, Lisa is a racer, and it's been unfortunate. She's had a lot of bad luck. So I don't think she is going to, play too nicely when it comes down to it. I think if she has a chance, she's going to go for it.
I'm seeing a more aggressive stance from her. Look how much tighter she's running the car now than anybody was in the first half of the race. She's really turned it up a notch.
It's all going to be about patience, when to make that move. And, this is where it gets tough. This is where it gets really tough. We're at lap 39. We have 11 laps to go. And this is where you get antsy.
As we come to the line, it'll be 11 to go. We still have Lisa Gritmeyer trailing Chantel Pottle. Early on in the race, Hagit Meshulam was the dominant factor, but pit road mistakes will bite you.
Yeah, and they will be closing in on Hagit here very soon. Within 2 laps, they should be catching up to her. So that's gonna just add a whole nother aspect to this. And looks like they could catch Hannah Howell too and put her a lap down. Currently, there's only the 3 drivers on the lead lap.
And as they catch that lap traffic, things are going to get a little bit more interesting because it may present a passing opportunity. If it can be timed just right.
And I kind of see Hannah being a bit of like a Ryan Newman, just making it extremely hard to pass, not wanting to get put a lap down, trying to stay on that lead lap. But, we're going to find out here real soon.
Well, if she's by herself, it'll be pretty difficult. She'll have to pick a lane and stay there, or we'll have a caution.
So I was wondering why Hannah was so far back, but she must have got hit with a speeding penalty as she was coming in there into pit road when they were doing their pit stops.
Yeah, and Hagit showed a little bit of possible inexperience with the game when she completely missed the pit, went all the way out into the grass, then went ahead and pulled into the pit from the side, and it'll slap you with about 1 minute and 40 seconds worth of penalty at that point.
Yeah, now, green flag stops are not something these ladies have a whole lot of experience doing. For the majority of them, the ones that, mainly race with Ladies Night Out Racing, bit of a new experience for them. So, yeah, a little bit of growing pains, I guess you could call it, as they figure those things out. And little bit with the inexperience, I guess, you just try to take your time best you can. Hagit was in the lead when that all happened, makes that kind of hard. Trying to take your time coming into pit road so you don't make those mistakes, but you live and learn.
Now, are Hannah and Janice on the same lap?
Well, they will be as soon as the leaders get by Hannah here. And they have caught her, and they are about to go around. Oh, no.
Oh, trouble, trouble.
Yellow flag is out.
And there's the caution.
There it is there. Looks like Lisa might have got a little messed up going around Hannah and got herself into the wall and collected a couple of the other ladies. That's too bad.
Yep, she just kind of overcorrected. Got surprised by her, it looks like. Turned a little too hard to the right. The good news is the damage is off. So now we get to re-rack them. If Hannah didn't take any incident there, she should be the lucky dog.
Well, yeah, I sure hope so, because that'll put 3 ladies on the lead lap here, and that'll make for an exciting finish to this race.
The next question is: Do the lead lappers pit? Because there's also the waiver round option, and it looks like Chantel passes, so she'll be keeping the rest of them a lap down. As we come to the line, we'll find out if 06 got the lucky dog or not.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody.
She's behaving as if she did. And the 06 looks to take the wave. Or does she fall back in line? No, she did not. She must have taken an incident because it looks like Jackie's coming on by.
Well, we got a minute here. I'll just back it up and maybe we can see what happened there a little bit more. Who was all collected in that? No, and that's odd. I don't know why she wouldn't have got the wave around, because yeah, Hannah was not involved in that at all.
I think what may have happened is she was actually technically still on the lead lap when the caution came out, and didn't realize she probably should have gone on around the pace car. As late as the caution, or as early as the caution happened compared to her getting past, it actually does go back to scoring loops in iRacing. So she probably was supposed to still be on the lead lap.
Well, that's interesting.
So now we have a 2-car battle for the lead and a 4-car battle for podium. It'll be 5 to go when we come to the line. And also, we'll see if we get the 1 to go signal as the pace car crosses the line. And the lights are off. We are lining up double file for a 4-lap shootout. So this will make for a lot of interesting decisions because everybody in every position you want to fight for, right? Because that's what we do. We race. So you got two guys on the lead lap, but they're also going to be having to deal with all of those other people fighting for third place on that second lap.
Well, and here's another thing to think about too. Like, how are they? Are they going to show the courtesies to the leaders, or are they just going to get themselves into the mix too?
Well, in this is a situation where I don't think they're owed the courtesy. All right, especially when you're fighting for third position. There's a difference between being in 30th and being in third.
Yeah. So that could, easily affect the two leaders that are sitting on front row. It's going to be an interesting finish.
All right, here we come to turn 4. Pace car is going to be pulling off soon. And the pace car is off. Chantel will be taking the field to the green. 06 is laying back quite a bit. Now the field's tightening up.
Green flag, green flag.
And here's the green. 5 gets a good start. 07 spins the tires a little. 06 making a move on the inside. Sorry for using numbers.
The 4 had a little hard time with the tires there as well, but she's starting to make some
trouble in the back. 07 across the nose. And will it bring out a caution? And the 06 also turned.
Yeah, it looks like the 06 got a little bit into the 4. But we're green.
All right, the 4 is now in line behind the 7, making a pass on the 5. If she can stay back there and use the heat to help her pull, this could give the 4 car the lead.
Oh, and Lisa has led her first lap. A 5 tucks in behind a number 4 there, and it is going to be a battle.
If I was Lisa, I would stay right on that bottom. Don't need to pass the 7. Five, trying to make a move on the outside. Will she stall out? Not happening this time. Setting up another run. We are 2 to go. 2 more times by here at Talladega. Five gets close, moves a little high. Now tries to tuck under. Doesn't make the move. Drops back in line. We still have the 4 leading, pushing a lap car of Hagit. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 to go at the line. Lisa Gritmeyer taking it to 1 to go. She has the white flag. Can the 5 car make a move? The 7 moves out of line, decides to let him race. Down the backstretch, 4 cars still holding the lead. It's going to come down to 2 corners. We have 2 corners, 1 mile left in the race. Lisa Gitmeyer coming around turn 4. Heading down the home stretch on this long, late checkered flag. The 5 is not going to have enough of a run. And the 4 car will
There
take
it is.
the checker, Lisa Gripmeyer. With
There
her
it
first
is.
win.
Congratulations. Sorry, David, got a little excited there. I have to admit.
Yeah, we can hear her yelling in the background.
Well, this has been a long time coming. She finally was able to get herself a good solid run. She's always, she's ran into a lot of bad luck. Sometimes it's her own doing. A lot of the time it's not. She just gets caught up in a mess. But yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. I was quiet there the last 2 laps. I was just telling her, make sure she breathes. Because it's
Well, tell her to burn it down good. Would you want to bring Chantel in while Lisa's getting her burnout in? I cannot drag her. $50 laps complete at Talladega Super Speedway. First time winner, Lisa Gripmeyer, burned the tires down in celebration.
Yeah, and she was able to break the streak of Chantel Pottles. It was not an easy feat. She definitely had to battle for that one.
Well, hopefully our producer can bring in either Lisa or Chantel here for a quick interview before we close up the stream. Yes. Lisa, congratulations. How do you feel?
That was amazing. Yeah, it feels really good.
So I don't know if you were listening in on the broadcast or if Tony ended up passing any advice to me, but you made the right decision there to stay behind the 7 rather than not worrying about getting past her.
Well, I wasn't sure what to do. Yeah, Tony was kind of passing a little bit of hints there, and I was like, okay, I'll stay down here then.
How do you like the plate racing compared to some of your other regular tracks?
It's a lot of fun. It's certainly different. I've always liked the plate tracks too. It's better when we're all together. When you're by yourself, it's not much fun.
Yeah, what did you think when you saw the all the calamity happen when we came in for green flag stops? It looked, like we knew what was going to happen, but Talladega proved, like it always does, that things can change in a dime.
Yeah, well, in the end there, when we were getting close, I kind of talked to Chantel and Hajit about pitting together so that we could be able to come out together. I knew that was the best option, especially when you're racing here at Talladega.
Tony, do you have any questions? Is Tony still conscious?
Oh no, yeah, there we go. I hit the wrong push talk button. Now I believe that is the first time you guys had a green flag pit stop, correct?
I believe so. Yes.
So you guys did not too bad. Not too bad at all. Like those can be pretty tough, especially when you're all tight together like that.
It's certainly, especially here, you have to definitely strategize how you're going to come into the pits. That's for sure.
And the other thing I wanted to point out was that run you had after the pits. Chantel had one heck of a lead, and it didn't take you no time at all to catch up to her. That was really well done. I think you might have some thanks to some of your fellow ladies that helped you get up there as well.
Oh, I sure do. I couldn't have done that on my own, and I know Chantel. She's one heck of a race car driver, so it's quite an honor to be able to be up racing with her and Hannah. And yeah, I had a lot of help there. That's for sure.
Well, we knew you had it in you. I was talking about it on the in the broadcast there that you just you've had a big run of bad luck lately. Well, a lot of the time, and usually you find yourself on the wrong, on the bad side of those deals. But this is a good way to it kind of makes it all worth it when you get to bring home a checker, right?
Yeah, I certainly helped to bring my positivity back up. Yeah, some of those bad incidents were definitely self-inflicted at times, but yeah, it's just racing.
Yeah, just racing. It's all part of the learning experience. As long as we're, I mean, you always got a smile on your face after you're done. So, something's working right.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate the compliment, and yeah, it was fun. Lots of fun.
And congratulations on your first win.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Next step, NIS, right?
That's right. We're getting closer. I'm definitely getting the itch to start.
Well, thank you and congratulations, Lisa. That was an exciting finishing race.
Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Let's wrap up the final standings. We had Lisa Gritmeyer take the win. Coming in second, we had Chantel Pottle, followed with Janice Tarson, Jackie Chalmers, and Maria Baby.
Hannah Howell and Hagit finished off the cars that were running, and Ashley Visser wasn't able to finish the race. But small field tonight, David. But the ladies did not fail to impress. Like they did a great job out there. Heck of a battle at the end, which is something that we always want to see. At a play track, at any track, we want to see that battle at the end. A lot of good moves. We had some crazy shakeups, green flag pit stops, a little bit of everything. Just out of the 8 ladies, they put on a good show, another good show. They always put on a good show.
They did. This was entertaining and an exciting finish. I hate to say, obviously, we're not pros, and y'all are married, right? She's your wife.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, so there's going to be some bias in there. Of course, I'm going to root for a teammate's wife as well. I mean, I'll root for any of them, but also just a great story in general.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I have a bias, and it was great to be able to see it, and be able to call her win. Like that's awesome. Like how often does that happen? Yeah, it's cool. But you're right. Like the story there that was good, because she's battled through so much. Just we can call it nonsense for a lack of better terms, but yeah, she finally gets to get the win there, and that's awesome.
So you basically had your Ned Jarrett moment, right?
Oh, kind of like a Daryl Waltrip deal.
Well, Ned Jarrett got to call his son win a race.
Oh, well, see, there you go. I didn't know that. Yeah, that was my moment. That was cool. That was really cool.
For the cover up on nonsense, we'll call it adversity. She is caught through adversity.
Thanks, Pete. I needed that.
There you go, buddy. It's a good win by Lisa there. Very good win.
Well, if you guys don't have anything else, I think we can sign off at this point. Thank you for coming out to the OBRL broadcast. Check out iRacers Lounge. Check out iRacers Lounge Aftermath.
Fantastic, guys. Again, like always, thanks for everything you did. Thanks for everything you do for these ladies and for all you do for the racing community with the Aftermath podcast and the iRacers Lounge. So thank you very much for everything, and I appreciate you taking care of business tonight. Sounded like a decent race to, well, it looked like a decent race to call. So, but thanks, Tony, and thanks, David. Appreciate all your help tonight, and we'll talk to you again next month, hopefully. Check out Ladies Night Out Racing. If you got a girlfriend, wife, significant other that wants to give iRacing a shot, check out Ladies Night Out Racing. It's a lot of fun. These girls come out every Saturday night, once a month, and have a good run. So thanks again, guys. You take it easy, and we'll see you later.